Hi, welcome to another video of the Target Individual program, the Target Individual Experience. It's been a couple of days since I did a video, and it's because after I did the last 3 or 4 videos, in which I believe that I basically uh, prove my harassment by certain members of the NYPD, the, the criminals that work within the NYPD that participate and engage in this type of psychological warfare, this criminal coercive persuasion program. Thank you. And don't hold this for recognition of what I just said because they know what I'm talking about is true. Right? So they have stepped up the targeting using civilian perpetrators tremendously. I mean, right now they're on a serious warpath. So last week, um, my two of my accounts has been hacked. My PayPal account was hacked, and they charged something on the Sony Entertainment Network or PlayStation Network, and then my bank account. They stole 60 something dollars out of my bank account. Okay. On top of that, the continuing hacking of my phone. Now they are so careful when they use the police, and when I record, um, my phone doesn't record any video when it comes to the targeting that I receive from the police, members of the police department. Okay, and it's not as frequent. Okay, they're very strategic. They're very careful to not let me again get any video of police harassment. Okay, so they'll do a lot of stuff behind me as I'm driving because I don't have a camera in the back, but I can see them through the rearview mirror because they're right behind me. And then today, uh, this they use the fire truck, okay, and I'm going to show you. You're going to hear it because it was again behind me, and I slowed down so that to see if they will pass, but they turned off. Okay. Then on top of that, the weekend, we took the kids to the movies to see Shazam, and again, they had the perps, civilian perps, targeting me. And yesterday, we took the kids to the base uh, to do grocery shopping, and we went to the bowling alley to get something to eat. And then, they were targeting us at the bowling alley, and they had a function with, I think it was an autism awareness uh, function they were having. And let me tell you, they started microwaving me in there. They even got these kids that have autism to target me. So just to show you how powerful this technology is and what they're using, how powerful this microwave mind control technology is. Okay, there was this one young kid. He was about maybe 17, 18. He was very tall. So my daughter wanted to do arts and crafts, so she went to the room where they were doing arts and crafts. And after about 5 minutes, we followed and went in there. And as I went in there, there was a, like I said, young teenager. Um, he was tall. The minute I walked in the room, he started yelling, "VP, VP, VP," and I was like totally taken back by that because it was immediately as I walked in. Right now, we were in there for about, I would say, 15 to 20 minutes, and after that, he didn't say another word. He didn't say anything else. So that's just to let you know again how powerful the technology is, and I'm just trying to expose it, man. Okay, uh, they microwave my son to flip me the bird, or the the middle finger, and they do that with all my kids. But I just ignore it because I know it's not them. It's the technology that's making them do it, and they have no idea. And so I just ignore it. But here I'm gonna do a couple of videos, which I'm gonna show you guys. Um, Bits and pieces, because like I said, they have been very strategic in how they're targeting me. And again, once I start showing a pattern, they're going to take a step back, okay, so that I wouldn't be able to show a continuous, consistent pattern. And this is something that they do to when people watch my video, so that they might not be able to see the pattern, but I'm calling it out, and I explain exactly what this they do so that you can see the pattern. So even if they do it once or twice, believe me, they're doing it many times. And again, they become very crafty when I start to expose them in terms of masking the target and the subliminal messages, the hand signals and stuff like that. So, I want to talk also about this uh, the some identifiable weapons when it comes to the psychological program that they're running. Okay, and it says psychological warfare, some identified weapons. You hear the helicopter? Okay, psychiatry to attack the psychological integrity and credibility of victims. The weapon of degrading themes or pedophilia to use as a threat or to prevent exposure. Also, the use of uh, being arrested, uh, the use of um, loss of jobs and stuff like that. Uh, the disintegration of your relationships, or the breakup of your relationships. They'll do this stuff, right? Okay. So the weapon of high levels of stress and sleep deprivation, the weapon of homelessness, or eliminating a person's means of subsistence or financial resource. Okay. So psychological warfare is an invisible technology that deals with the mind and destroying the victim credibility in order to prevent exposure is a top priority. Destroying the victim's credibility also results in feeling or the belief of hopelessness. Advanced technology, which is the microwave technology and the radio wave technology used for mind control, and also microchipping for the purpose of remote monitoring, directed energy weapons to cause injury to the individual. Okay, so advanced technology and psychological manipulation are also used to make the victim claims more unbelievable, or to make dismissing these claims easier or more justified. When a group or an organization engage in psychological harassment or warfare, they usually use tactics or operate in a way to discredit the victim or have the victim discredited by the medical community, notably psychiatry. Campaigns of disinformation or false information and information restriction or isolation are usually used as well. Okay, so just want to put that out there, and just read that because it is important. All right. Okay, so let's go to the video and let's start exposing what it is that they're doing. So I had to take the car into the mechanic shop on Saturday to have it worked on. All right. The exhaust needed some work done, and a couple of other things. So here I am. I was on my way um, to the mechanic shop, and then this Sentra. So I like to use colors. So this blue Sentra, the person in there started targeting me the way they were driving. I was like, okay, they're trying to get my attention. Okay, so I started recording. I wasn't recording before, okay, because my phone was almost full, and I was trying to save space to record something important. So at this point right here is when I started recording. Okay, as I pull into the mechanic shop, you'll see these two guys here. All right, these two people here. One wearing a green jacket. The other one, uh, he works in a shop. It should be very hard to see him, but you're gonna see him start walking out as I drive further into the mechanic shop. Okay, so here he goes. Okay, you'll see he looks at me. Then you'll see him did this. He did that, right? So let's go back slightly. There you go, like this. All right, and again, I'm not trying to target you guys, just showing uh, what it is that they do. All right, now notice when he did that, this person here in the green jacket, all of a sudden, he moves into action. So he turns and he's going to walk into the office. Okay, so at this point, my brother, he works there on the weekend. So he took the call from me. I went home, and then he calls me and he says to me, "Okay, well, he had the car on the left and he went out to come back, and when he came back, the car was off the left, but they did." He said that he did fix. They did finish up fixing the exhaust, right? So I got the car, started driving. I had to take his sister home. Started driving. Then I keep hearing this weird noise when I was driving. It sounded like the wheel. So I call him back and I'm like, "Look, man, this car's making a weird noise. The wheel is making a weird noise. It wasn't making that noise before when I brought the car in. Okay, why is it making this noise right now?" So took the car back. He put the car on the lift, and then he calls me. He says, "Look, the back wheel is not turning." I was like, "What do you mean it's not turning?" I said, "It was fine before." Okay, so whatever happened when you left to go run your errand and come back, you know, you're gonna have to find out because this car was not making that noise. Okay, and the back wheel was turning. So anyway, he ended up fixing it. I got back the car and went home. And then later, uh, me and Pam, we took the kids to the movies. And again, like I said, they were targeting me in the movies. The minute that we came out the movies, uh, they had people standing outside, doing hand signals and stuff like that. I mean, it was a lot. When I say they were on the warpath, they really was on the warpath. Okay, so that was Saturday. Okay, and then Sunday we drove to the base and to get grocery shopping, and I'll keep explaining. So anyway, as we're approaching the entrance, okay, and I have a long video, but I don't want to show you. I don't want to put on YouTube, you know, the route that we take to the base. It is a military base after all, okay, and I respect the military, and I definitely don't want anybody, um, who have any ill intention watching this video, particularly foreign government, if they are watching it, where exactly is the space, right? So I'm just going to show this part here, which is we're entering uh, this base, and you'll see, and again, they sometimes use the military police to target me while I'm at the base with Pam and we're shopping. So as you see, you're going to see this military police officer starts walking over. The minute he sees me, right, he starts walking over. Okay, so he looks over. Let me see something here. Um, Oops, too much. Did not mean to do that. Okay. So now as we push even further, he backs up, and you see he's looking directly at me, right? And then he turns, and then he looks at this car right here. Okay, so this car, it didn't dawn on me, but they've been using the color gray, and I guess I didn't really notice. So this is how they try to uh, get me to pay attention to the color gray, right? Particularly with this car. But the thing is that after this happened, I wasn't really paying attention to him. Okay, so what happened that it didn't work. Okay, it did not work. And right there, I have to stop the video because, you know. But anyway, so that didn't work, and so they have to try something new. And so I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so we just got off the highway. Okay, you can see the guy wearing a gray shirt. Little kid, gray sweater. This female here, gray sweater. You're gonna see what had happened is that, and again, I didn't really notice it. Only until I replayed the video to see what I recorded so I can explain it. That's when I saw what was happening, right? So there was a guy in the park here. He was wearing the gray sweater. As we drove by, he moved. Um, let's go. Okay, I think I missed it. All right, so so one of the things that they'll do, these perpetrators, is civilian perps, is that when they see me, they'll start looking down at their nails or they start biting their nails, right? And you're gonna see this woman right here. See how she starts? See, she looks at her nails, right? She starts biting it, and now look at this woman here, standing here, how she's sticking her hands in her ear. Okay. Now again, you'll see the red theme. So now the guy in the red over there. Okay, let's get to the next video. This is a continuation of where I left off. Oh, shoot, I forgot this one. And so this was at the base, at the commissary, and you'll see. Let's go back here. I can't believe I missed this one. Okay, so I apologize. This video was supposed to come before the one I just played, but anyway, so here I am. Okay, and we're leaving to go home, and it's funny because this couple, well, they're not a couple anyway. They see that couple, but he might know her because there's a little girl there, and so he was just standing there, talking to this little girl, right? Now, I guess this is the mother. She pinches her nails, or bite her nails. Okay. Okay. Let me skip past this. All right. So, see her? She's right here. She's getting in the car, and she's doing this. Okay, this is what she's doing, as you can clearly see. Now, how many videos I've shown you with perpetrators, civilian perpetrators, when they walk towards me, they do this, or they'll do it to my kids. Even the children in my children's school do that also to me and to my kids. Okay, so now he comes, he starts walking as she opens the door, because he waits until she opens up the door to start walking towards me. All right, now see, he swings his hands. Okay, he swings his hands in front. Now normally what they'll do is that they'll grab their crotch, but again, this is a masking technique. He's not going to grab his crotch, but the act of swinging the hand over his crotch area, okay, is like the same thing. Okay, okay, and then he's going to do this. Okay, now why is he swinging his arm so far up? The reason why is because I have this very same watch. Okay, this very same watch. This is a gray Invicta. Um, what do you call it? Uh, it's supposed to be one of the higher end watch, right? So I have this exact same watch, right? And again, this is how they get your attention, right? This is how they get your attention. Either by wearing something that you have, right? Because again, they want to get your attention. So you're saying to yourself, "Hey, I have that exact same watch." You know, it makes me want to go home and go check that my watches are there, because they did steal a whole bunch of my watches in the past. Okay, but this is what they're doing. Okay, and again, using military personnel to engage in this also. All right, so you see him. Okay, now I believe she's going to do the same thing again. Too far. I hate that when that happens. Okay. Okay. All right. So I do apologize for that. So that was the video I played before that one. And now we're on our way home. And like I said, uh, the video before this, you see I talked about the red theme. So you're gonna see another guy wearing the color red, right? He's wearing a red T-shirt. I mean, I'm sorry, a red sweater. Okay, and you see him, not this guy in the red jacket here, but this guy right here. Now watch how they're gonna time this. Okay, we talk about synchronization. So remember the guy in the red sweater. Okay, watch. So he comes into view. Okay, now as big as this individual is, I'm surprised he's able to get to that intersection just as the light is about to change and I'm about to make the turn. All right, but again, it's all synchronization. So now you see this guy, here in this green sweater. As I go to make the turn, he takes his phones out of his pocket. Okay, he's taking it out. Okay, and as I turn, that's if I got it. But then he puts it back into his pocket. Okay, so let's skip past this because right, and you'll see another guy up here again in the red sweater. So it's a repeated theme that they do. So red and gray. There's a lot of gray cars passing by. Okay, so now this morning, taking the kids to school. Okay, it's skip past some of this. You know, they were targeting for civilians on the side, but I'm not too concerned about that. So you'll see this gray vehicle. Okay, let's go back a little bit more. You see a gray vehicle come into view right here. Okay. Okay, now check this out. Watch the kid in the red jacket. See the hand signal behind the head like this? Okay. The woman on the phone looking at me doing this. Okay. So again, the incorporation of children into the targeting. Like I said, if you know anyone who's a cult member and have children, the children will participate in cult behavior and cult tactics, destructive cult tactics and destructive cult behavior. Okay. So let's get closer. Check this out. License plate, not temporary plates, New Jersey plates, the number 32. Okay, I think I 32477. Can't make out all that. 32477 That's the license plate number. Temporary plates, just got the vehicle. Okay. Register the vehicle in New Jersey, as you can see, because it has Jersey temporary plates. Right? The kids go to my children's school. And what's the number on the license plate? The number 32. Okay. Just let you guys know that this is some government shit. All right. This is, you know, basically knowing everyone that goes to my children's school, and whenever they buy a new vehicle, the license plate will have the number 32 in it. It's not coincidence. And I keep showing this over and over because it's a number that they use, they try and use to trigger me, right? Which tells me that they have brainwashed me and they have placed these hidden subliminals in my subconscious, okay, using anchors and triggers. So whatever the anchor is, I don't know. But the frequency in which I used to see vehicles with the number 32 in the license plate all of a sudden bombarding me from side to side, front to back, you know, during the conditioning phase to make me recognize, okay, the pattern of harassment. Um, that's how I recognize those videos. In terms of the anchor, because I've been doing some uh, NLP on my own, conditioning myself to anchor that trigger with something else as opposed to what they want me to anchor it with, has helped me to overcome whatever fear-based conditioning uh, they've done to me. When I say overcome, I don't mean totally overcome, but at least where, when they use that number, um, I'm not affected by it in terms of with the fight or flight phenomenon. Okay. And there you go. 324-773R. See the guy in the gray hat? He had his hand on top of his head. Let's do this again. You'll see as he's crossing the street. See, he starts touching his head. Okay. Now, the guy in the gray sweater again, coming out of the bank. Again, recognize perp. All right. Puts his hands in his back pocket. Does the same for the other one. Again. Woman here. Again, not trying to target anybody. Pinch her nose. Now, when I turn, see how he's looking at me? Psychological warfare at its best, ladies and gentlemen. Using civilian perpetrators, using civilian to engage in psychological warfare. So he's going to tell his buddy I'm approaching. Okay, and she walks, as she's coming, yeah. Again, she's wearing a gray shirt. Okay, didn't see that. They see the guy here swinging his arms all the way back, the palm. All right, now gray car, gray car. All right, let's go to the next video. So back on the block, waiting for Pam to come down. She got in the car. No, actually not yet. So actually, got on the block, um, parking because I want to wait for Pam. Okay, and who do they have standing in front of her building, but her next door neighbor, right? And again, she's wearing a dark gray sweater with her light gray pants. Okay, as I pulled up, she turns around, does this. Start looking at her phone. Well, she was looking at her phone. So now the ticket agent comes. Now she goes into action. See the hand signal? Palm to the face. Hand signal again. She does this. Okay. Now you see when she turns. Watch this. Hold on. Now watch her other arms goes to the back. I'm gonna try to pause it so you guys can see. Okay. I thought she was doing the whole palm behind the back thing like they do. All right. Let's continue. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get past that and let's get to the next video. Okay, so that's Pam getting in the car. No, oh man, I skipped this. Okay, so check this out. Listen very carefully. As I'm about to make the turn, she says, Grace, in a very low voice. Okay, I'm gonna take it back a little so you guys can hear. Okay, get ready. Listen very carefully. And she said, Grace. The reason why she said that, again, because they've been using the color gray now to target me, but I have not been responding the way they want. So now they're gonna have to try to find a way to reinforce that conditioning, right? So they're gonna have her say the word grace, and she said it's very low, but if you listen, you hear her say it, right? So you'll see when I make this turn, what is the first car? What's the color of the first car I see when I make this turn? It's a gray car. Okay? And then you have a woman walking, with a gray hat on. Okay, I think I missed that part. So there's a part where she, after she said the word grace, she started talking about her watch and how she had a hard time getting her watch on, but she was finally able to get it on to tell the time. I was like, okay, this is how you see the guy with the watch that look like mine, right? So just want you guys to pay attention, right? This is how they operate. This is the tactics that they do. Now she's asking me, what am I doing to go quick? The reason why I was driving slow because it was a fire truck that was a few feet behind me. Okay. Now watch this guy here as I'm driving and I'm getting ready to pass him. He starts grabbing on his clothing, touching his clothing. What you're hearing behind me now is the fire truck. And now you're going to see this woman come off the sidewalk wearing a gray sweater. All right. And going into the gray car. There's another gray car in front. As I approach, he's going to roll up his window. Okay. There's the NYPD vehicle passing by. Woman on the bike. She's doing this hand signal. I started doing hand signal back to her. Watch how she gripped the handles now. Pay attention. She brought her finger up, and then she does this. We talk about the NYPD using civilians to send subliminal threat. As soon as that NYPD utility truck passed by, she got up on her bike. Okay, and then you see the index finger points down. Remember I talked about that? Okay. Okay. All right. Now you see this lady right here? Okay. She's been standing there since, you know, I first noticed her, which was like about a couple cars back, waiting to cross. Now, there was no cars behind me, so she could have gone at any time. But again, she's a civilian perpetrator, and she'll stand at the corner, wait until I come, and then you'll see as I turn. Okay, so this guy take out his bag. Again, this is all planned. See, now she turns and she walks in this direction. Okay. And she was standing there for a while. Oh, look, she's still going. Okay. So we're going to keep going. Okay. Again, as I pass by, she looks at me, raise her hands, four fingers. Okay. And then at this point, right, I started the recording stopped, and I started the recording again. And the timer on the recording, it was recording. You see the numbers going up. And shortly after that, there was a woman wearing a red jacket standing at the corner. And she sees me, she turns around and she walks off. And then on the next intersection, which I can clearly see, there's a NYPD squad car driving by slowly. Okay. And I'm saying to myself, yep, finally got them again. And guess what? No video was recorded. The screen was saying the video was being recorded, but in actuality, nothing was being recorded. So again, when it comes to the effort that they'll do to try to hide their targeting of me, to hide their psychological harassment, particularly those within law enforcement, there are times when I'm lucky and I'm able to, uh, get them on video, right? When they feel emboldened for whatever reason, right? They will, do things like they don't care. But because I've exposed them in a certain way, now they take a step back and they're being more careful, more subtle, using new masking techniques. But again, I spot them out, right? And so what they'll do, they'll start messing with the phone uh, to prevent me from recording what they were doing. And you know, I thought I was recording. The numbers was on the screen was going up, but nothing was recorded. Nothing was recorded. Okay. And so here I'm heading back by Pam, and now again you'll see this blue vehicle who, the Jersey plate. Okay, just as the vehicle earlier on that I dropped the kids off with the Jersey plate, and he's just there to finish it off, right? Using the color blue. Okay. All right. So I'm back on the block, and you'll see not too long after. Let's see where is it at. Again, guy, gray hat, guy, gray sweater, color gray. They both stop to look at their phone as they get closer to me. All right. So there's one that I want to show. So okay, so here she goes again. So now she's going to finish it off because it's almost time for me to get out the car because it's almost 10 o'clock. So again, what the perpetrators like to do, I like to show, is that they have a file on you, right? And whatever file they have on you, okay, it's being used against you, okay? So this is what they'll do. And then you'll see he takes his phone out, look at it. All while, I want you guys to pay attention to this, okay? Because it is important. Okay, all right, I forgot this guy. So, okay, this is the guy and the kid, and they stopped it both. And now you'll see another guy who lives on the block, big time perp too. He comes, and I think he put his hands over his mouth. Yep, like to tell me to be quiet. That's what they do. Okay, and again, we're in the color gray, and then of course it starts, you know, the hand signal. All right, so this here's the woman now with the envelope, the file envelope. She looks back at him. Okay, now he gets up. He's looking at her, and again, they do things to mask it. So it took him a little bit for him to get up. Okay, but again, it's all timed, it's all planned. As you see, as she walks past me, he takes his phone out. Okay, now a lot of TIs thinking that they they phone is some type of weapon that they use, right? But it's not. Okay, now here's the interesting part that I have never been able to catch before, but I caught it this morning. So now they're going to try to tell me that I should run. It's just a fight or flight phenomenon, right? That I should run. Okay, so now, any minute now, you're gonna see this woman. Okay, she lives on the block. As soon as this vehicle, and again, the color blue again, and she comes running. Okay, but these people think they're slick. So anyway, uh, went to pick up Alyssa from school because Ethan has after school, and Alyssa doesn't have after school on Mondays, Thursdays, and Friday, only Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I went to pick up. Got back on the block, walking towards this building. This guy was standing outside. You know, he sees me, then he proceeds to walk into the building. Uh, I guess he knows somebody there because he's, visiting someone. But that's what they'll do. They know what time I'm coming back. And so he stands there. He was waiting, because he was literally waiting. And it's not to say, he was carrying on his conversation because, obviously he's inside the building with his phone, right? But he's not having a conversation because you're not even going to hear him talk. Okay, so watch this. See, look, his lips not even moving, right? They like to do that, the fake smile. Okay, that's to tell you how sadistical and evil these people are, right? And then he gives me the thumbs up. Remember I talked about earlier on in my targeted how I was being conditioned while I was sleeping, and I would get up on the weekend, take the train, go to 14th Street to the Barnes and Nobles in Union Square. As I approached the Barnes and Nobles, there will be these perpetrators, usually white gentlemen. And as soon as I approached the Barnes and Noble, they would give me the thumbs up sign. Okay? So you see him here giving me the thumbs up sign. Now, why is he giving me the thumbs up sign? I don't know this guy. Think about that, right? Why is he giving me the thumbs up sign? Because again, this is dark NLP anchors and triggers. And basically what he's doing is to trigger me into remembering what had happened to me early on in my targeting. Because of all the videos that you see, none of these perpetrators ever do the thumbs up sign, except for this guy right now. Okay? So obviously they must be feeling pretty confident. They must be feeling, if we do this, we'll trigger him. He'll explain what we did to him in the beginning, where he went, so that we can identify who he is, right? Because again, this is what they do. Okay, hear me call them asset perps. And watch this. Listen to this. Because that's what they are. They are a bunch of criminals. And that's why he kept walking. Because you see, now he knows that I got him on film. Okay? So whatever else he was planning to do, see, this is a smart one. He didn't do it. Right? Giving me that fake smile. So again, that's why at times you have to be ready. Because these people, and the way how they target other people, the way how they target me, I have to be ready. And sometimes I'll miss opportunities, but sometimes I also get the perfect opportunity to record them to show what they're doing. Okay? Well, that's it for the video. And I'll speak to you guys on the next one. Believe me, it's coming. Because I know moving forward now, because how they operate and how this program is, they're going to start sending the police. And this is why, as a target, when you feel like you're being targeted by the police department or police, you have to record it. You have to show evidence, show a pattern of harassment. Okay? And trust me, they're going to give you that pattern. It might be free, it might not be as frequent, but because the overall character makeup of this program and how they condition and how they control these individuals and how they condition their mind, which is to condition them to be uh, psychopathic, stalkers, narcissistic, okay, uh, uh, multiple personality disorder, because that's what they are, that's what they have, okay, because they'll go home and act as if everything is all fine and hunky-dory, and then they come outside and they turn into these psychopathic, narcissistic, stalkerish individuals. Okay, so I'll see you guys on the next video.